Good morning to my respected ma'am and my dear friends. My presentation is about thunderstorm and tornado. Objectives: what is a thunderstorm? What are lightning and thunder? What should I do during a thunderstorm? To define what a tornado is. To discuss various characteristics of a tornado. To discuss safety issues involving tornadoes. Thunderstorms. Thunderstorm is a form of weather characterized by the presence of lightning and its acoustic effect. Thunder, the meteorologically assigned cloud type associated with the thunderstorm, is the cumulonimbus. Thunderstorms are usually accompanied by strong wind, heavy rain, snow, and hail. Thunderstorms usually happen in the spring or summer and form in warm, wet conditions. Did you know thunderstorms don't have to have rain? Sometimes rain will evaporate before it reaches the ground level, but the lightning is still there and can cause wildfires. Let us watch a video about thunderstorm.
Welcome to Season 2 of Weatherwise, where we'll be looking at severe weather, starting with thunderstorms, exactly how they form, and what kind of extremes they can grow to. How does a puffy white cumulus cloud turn into an immense towering cumulonimbus that can deliver powerful winds, dousing rainfall, and even hail and tornadoes? To answer this question, let's isolate one warm, humid blob of air like this one, and watch what happens as it rises. As long as the blob is warmer than its surroundings, it rises, expands due to the lower pressure, and cools due to that expansion, until it reaches the same temperature as the air around it. If the blob's temperature drops to the dew point, water vapor will condense out of it, and a cloud will form. And this condensation begins a cycle that drives the growth of the cloud. This is because when water vapor condenses, it releases heat. Thus, as soon as the cloud forms, the condensation gives the blob back some of the heat it lost due to expansion. And because the warmer air holds more moisture, the blob recovers some of the water vapor it lost as well. When all that is done, the blob is still warmer than its surroundings, so it rises, and the whole thing starts all over again. Expansion and cooling, condensation, recovery of heat and water vapor, and it rises again. And this keeps happening over and over and over until the blob runs out of water vapor. It provides a lot of water vapor to drive the growth of the clouds. Without anything to stop the process, this can produce clouds that can climb all the way to the stratosphere. Now, expand all of this out, and we see that it's not just one blob of air rising to make the cloud, but an ever-flowing conveyor of them, drawing a constant supply of warm, humid air up into the developing cloud in the form of powerful winds known as updrafts. When rain starts to fall from the cloud, this produces downdrafts, and the storm can persist for some time like this, especially if strong upper-level winds cause the cloud to become tilted, which separates the updrafts and downdrafts enough that they won't cancel each other out. It's at this point, during the storm's mature phase, that we'll see abundant lightning and the possibility of hail and even tornadoes. Thunderstorms come in a variety of shapes and sizes. They can end up looking like big clumps of cauliflower as they run out of moisture before they reach the top of the troposphere. If they do reach the stratosphere, they tend to spread outward, forming that characteristic flat anvil-shaped top of a cumulonimbus cloud. They can occur individually, they can cluster together or form up into squall lines. Given enough heat and humidity, they can grow into immense rotating supercells. And then there's the notorious mesoscale convective complexes, squall lines that can form one day, persist late into the night with heavy rain, hail, and possibly tornadoes before dying down by morning, and then kick up again into another line of powerful thunderstorms by afternoon. Larger thunderstorms are even capable of producing such strong gusts of wind flowing out from underneath them that these gusts can form squall lines of their own, and these are known as derechos. Now that we know all about thunderstorms, come back in episode 2, where we'll dive deeper in and talk about lightning, what that is, how it happens, and even some hints about what may cause it, as we all become a bit more weatherwise. Now, storm formation can grind to a halt with just one simple addition to the whole scenario: a layer of warm air higher up above the ground. The typical temperature profile of the atmosphere is that it gets cooler the higher you go. Meteorologists call the presence of this warm layer a temperature inversion. Above the inversion, the normal temperature profile takes over. Forecasters and storm chasers often refer to this as the air mass being capped. This cap is most commonly associated with warm air riding up over cooler, denser air, such as near a warm front. Or, if there's a warm, stagnant air mass stuck over a region, the air closest to the ground will cool overnight, but this cooling may not reach the air higher up before sunrise. As rising air reaches the cap, more and more warm, humid air parcels become trapped by this cap, blocked from reaching the cooler air above it. This causes a buildup of instability across this warm layer, and a buildup of frustration for storm chasers because this entire scenario will prevent storms from developing. However, if conditions can break the cap, either the air beneath it warms up enough to cancel out the inversion, or some particularly strong convection bursts past it, the sudden upward rush of warm, humid air causes explosive cloud development and a sudden rush of storm chasers to their vehicles, as this often results in severe thunderstorms.
What should I do during a thunderstorm? Thunderstorms are dangerous. If thunder roars, go indoors. Being outside is not safe during a thunderstorm. If you are driving, stay in your car and avoid touching any metal. If for some reason you are stuck outside, get in a ditch and stay low. Lightning is attracted to a height. If someone is ever struck by lightning, it's okay to touch them. You will not get shocked. Indoor safety is important too. You shouldn't use a corded phone or be near a plumbing like taking a shower during a storm, as this can carry a lightning strike to you. Unplug the items like computers before the storm starts. Be on alert, listen to the television or radio for the weather information. Let us watch a video about safety tips preparing for a thunderstorm.
Where's the most dangerous place to be in a lightning storm? Under a tree is extremely risky, but there's an even deadlier place. Outside, in the open. More people were struck and died by lightning out in the open than anywhere else in the US between 2006 to 2016. Here's a breakdown of the 5 most dangerous places to be. Taking shelter in a car or enclosed building is always your best option if you're caught in a thunderstorm. But if you can't find shelter, here are some tips. Stuck in a forest? Avoid tall or isolated trees, and stand as far away as you can from any tree. Camping in an open area? Pick a valley or other low area to set up camp. Avoid ravines and beware of possible flash flooding in the area. Also, remember that tents offer no protection from lightning. Avoid wet and metal objects. If you're in a boat or near long metal fences, be extremely careful. Water and metal easily conduct electrical current from one source to another, which could be you. Always wait 30 minutes after the last rumble of thunder. 50% of lightning deaths happen after the storm has passed. So, be patient and wait a half hour before resuming activity. These tips can help, but your best defense is to plan ahead. Check the weather forecast before going out.
Quiz time. Complete the sentence. If thunder roars, go indoors. Where should you go if you are stuck outside in a thunderstorm? Somewhere low like a ditch. Is it safe to help someone if they have been struck by lightning? Yes. Why shouldn't you take a shower during a thunderstorm? Plumbing can conduct a lightning strike. Now I'm going to explain about tornado. What is a tornado? A violently rotating column of air, usually pendant to a cumulonimbus with the circulation, reach the ground. It nearly always starts as a funnel cloud and may be accompanied by a loud roaring noise on a local scale. It is the most destructive of all atmospheric phenomena. Let us watch a video about how the tornadoes form.
A tornado is a sheer force of nature. Why they form is not completely understood, but let's look at what happens as they form. Wind shear is what we call it when warm air near to the ground meets cooler, higher altitude air, moving in a different direction. This results in a rotating column of air. This rotating air often leads to the formation of hail. Warm, moist air meeting cool, dry air helps form rain clouds. Rain caught up in the rotating column of air freezes and then begins to fall again. It picks up moisture as it falls and then gets blown up in the rotating air and freezes again. This process repeats until the layered ball of ice is too heavy to be picked up by the wind again and falls to the earth as hail. When this rotating air collides with rising warm air, it can get tilted toward the earth. It then begins to spin faster and faster. From the bottom of the storm, this spinning causes what is called a wall cloud to appear, and sometimes from that wall cloud emerges a funnel cloud. When that rotating vortex of air reaches down and makes contact with the ground, it is called a tornado, one of the most destructive natural forces known to man.
Tornado watches and warnings. A tornado warning means that a tornado has been spotted or that the Doppler radar indicates a thunderstorm circulation, which can spawn a tornado. A tornado watch defines an area shaped like a parallelogram where tornadoes and other kind of severe weather are possible in the next several hours.
It's one of nature's most terrifying sights. A tornado slicing across the landscape, cutting a trail of destruction and devastation. Insurance Bureau of Canada has some advice on ways to prepare and to help keep your family safe. And if the unthinkable does happen, IBC suggests that taking simple steps now can make it a lot easier to get your life back together after a tornado hits. Tornadoes rarely appear without warning. They're almost always unleashed by severe thunderstorms. If a storm is approaching, keep your radio on and listen for any alerts issued by Environment Canada.
A tornado watch has been issued for the area.
A tornado watch means that an approaching storm could spawn tornadoes.
This is a special bulletin. A tornado warning has now been issued for the area.
And a tornado warning is issued when a tornado has actually been spotted or detected on radar. Here's some basic advice if threatened by an approaching tornado. If at home, head to the basement. If you have no basement, take shelter in a small inside room near the center of the house, such as a closet, a bathroom, or under a sturdy desk or table. Stay away from outside walls, windows, and doors. If you're caught outside, get as low to the ground as possible. Lie down in a ditch, for example. If you're driving, head away from the tornado's path and look for a building to shelter in. If the tornado is too close, get out of the car and get down on the ground. Being in a car is one of the most dangerous places to be. Every situation is different and may require different strategies. Insurance Bureau of Canada urges you to put together an emergency preparedness kit. It should help you and your family get by without heat or electricity for at least 72 hours. It's simple and easy to assemble. Using a spare backpack, a duffel bag, or a simple cardboard box, you can begin by packing it with these 10 basic items. Bottled water, 2 liters per person per day. Non-perishable food, such as canned goods or freeze-dried food. A hand-cranked can opener. A first aid kit. Flashlight and spare batteries. A portable radio, either a wind-up or battery-powered model. And remember, extra batteries. Special needs items such as prescription medications and infant formula. An extra set of keys for both your car and your home. Some cash. And contact information for friends and family, as well as a copy of your emergency plan. Be sure to add anything else that is important to your family. Make photocopies of important documents such as your insurance policy, passports, birth certificates, and other paperwork including the contact information for your insurance representative. It is also a smart idea to make a home inventory list, and maybe photos too, of all that you hold near and dear. A good home inventory will also include the replacement costs of all your valuable possessions. Visit us at ibc.ca. Insurance Bureau of Canada has an easy-to-use template to help you create your home inventory, as well as more details on emergency planning. In the aftermath of a tornado, do not be a disaster tourist. Let emergency crews do their work. If you must go outside, look out for downed power lines or other dangerous debris.
Summary of tornado safety rules. Seek shelter under a sturdy table in the basement. If no basement is available, go to the first floor, small interior room, or a room on the opposite side from a tornado. Stay away from windows. In schools, churches, and shopping centers, go to designated shelters away from outside walls, glass, and large rooms such as malls and auditoriums. Get under a table or counter or in a restroom or small storerooms. Do not go to your parked car. In motels, lie down in the lowest level interior hallway away from the glass. Dive under a bed or pull a mattress on the top of you as the last resort. In a vehicle, drive away at the right angle to the storm moment. Do not get caught in your vehicle. Abandon your vehicle and lie in a ditch or the culvert or under a low bridge. Overall, underground and under a table are the watchwords. People who get under something usually survive. Tornado kiss. What is the best description of a tornado? A violently rotating column of air pendant to a cumulonimbus. Next, wind speed and the direction change with altitude causing a horizontal spin, then the strong updrafts within a thunderstorm lift the air into a loop, which can intensify into a tornado. True or false? Yes, it's true. The next question. A tornado warning means Doppler radar indicates a thunderstorm circulation which can spawn a tornado. Next, when a tornado watch has been issued for your location, you should be alert for the potential of a tornado and be prepared to take shelter if necessary. True or false? It's true. Next, if your house does not have a basement, where should you go in the event of a tornado? A first floor, small interior room, or a room on the opposite side from a tornado. And the last question is, overall, underground and under a table are the watchwords. People who get under something usually survive tornado. True or false? Yes, it's true. Let us recall the definition of a tornado. A violently rotating column of air, usually pendant to a cumulonimbus, with circulation reaching the ground. It nearly always starts as a thundercloud and may be accompanied by a loud roaring noise. On the local scale, it is the most destructive of all the atmospheric phenomena. I hope you all understand about what is tornado and what is thunderstorm, and also the safety rules to follow during thunderstorm and tornado. Thank you all for watching this video.